I'm here in Lebanon with, wish we could take the picture in the background. I think you will see it in some of the photos that we have in the beautiful Bekaa Valley over the mountains from Beirut. And I'm here with Pastor Gihad Haddad, who is the pastor of a very interesting and a church that's a miracle of God here of course, in a predominantly Muslim country. And I want to introduce him and have him primarily talk about what he's doing with the Syrian refugees, he and his team. But first of all, Pastor, if you would just tell us about yourself and your church.
Well, as you've just said, my name is Gihad, a very well-known, famous name nowadays.
Infamous name.
Yeah, and I always put it this way: if the pastor is a jihad, then the pastor of the church is a jihad, then the members of the church are supposed to be jihadists. So it's a blessing to have a church of jihadists in the right meaning and in the right cause. Jihad means to fight, and it's a biblical name. When Paul says, I fought the good fight, this is in our Arabic Bible, the same word, jihad. Well, I am an engineer, I'm a businessman, I have my own computer company, and at the same time, God used me to plant this church here. In 2003, we started as 7 members in the beginning, and the Lord blessed us throughout all these years, and now turned to a very big and blessed and successful church. We have many, many ministries, especially among the Syrian refugees, as we were talking before. I'm married. My wife is the principal of the school that we've started for the refugees here now, and she just finished her Master's of Biblical Counseling, and I finished in 2009 my Master's in Ministry. I was graduated from North Carolina as well. We have 2 children. Andrea, she's 21, and she's on fire for the Lord. She's in her 4th year. She's in the medical school of the AUB. And my son Gihad is still 16, 17. He's in the high school. Our church is located here in the Bekaa Valley. Its name is True Vine Church, and we are just 15 minutes from the Syrian border. And in our area, we have like 36-37% of the Syrian refugees in Lebanon. We're talking about 800,000 of the refugees around us. So we are in the midst of the field, a very wide field. We're working day and night, and it is well known. The harvest is plenty, and the workers are few. Thank God for this.
This is how we were led to this church, through Casa de Barra and the Global Kingdom Partnership Network. And pleased to say that we have invested here with our church. But what they have accomplished here, in the midst of accomplishing, is rather remarkable. Huge numbers, a broad, holistic view of and service to these Syrian refugees. So why don't you tell us about what you're doing with the refugees, most importantly, what the harvest has been and the fruit of your labors.
I always put it this way: if you want to hear the bad news, go to CNN. If you want to hear the good news, come and see what God is doing in our area. We started with just 100 families, helping 100 Syrian refugees families, and now the number grew up to more than 1,500, 2,000 families. We're in connection with thousands of families. They came asking for help, as you've just said, with the holistic approach. We try to help them with both hands, physically and spiritually. And God has been using us in a mighty way, an amazing way among the refugees throughout those years. We have many projects, 2 big projects also. We're in partnership with the GKPN, especially with medications and with Bible clubs, and with food nurturing these children. We have more than 3,000 children in our ministry, but we are trying now to focus on small groups So every Bible club, we have like 75 children. We bring them on separate days, and we, of course, teach them the Bible, and we feed them in these meetings. In addition to the DBS groups, Discovery Bible Study groups, which turned out into a movement now. We have a big team working with in this ministry, and the majority of the workers are from the refugees themselves who have come to Christ now.
Well, yeah, that's a remarkable story that here in Lebanon, because it isn't an open country, although it is Muslim controlled, both in numbers and politically, that you have been able to see converts from Islam to Christianity, and that they have been able to now become a part of your church and integrated in your church. Some, of course, have been persecuted and by the families and their community, but that you have been able to have them receive Christ, born again experiences, baptized, and now put to service. They tell us about how we as a Western church can participate further with you, particularly in the area of human resources, serving teams. I understand you're already receiving serving teams here, integrating them into your programs. I just saw here in your magnificent new building the guest rooms and the guest and all of the supporting elements of hospitality. It's magnificent, truly. But tell us how you can use, appreciate, and what type of serving teams and what type of people and what they would do if they would come here.
To start from the beginning, we are so blessed in living in a so far free country. We can share the gospel freely anywhere. We can distribute Bibles anywhere. We go into the camps, into the tents, visit the families, and we are very welcomed to heal their wounds. They are coming from the war, traumatized, wounded, sad. Each one of them has a heartbreaking story, and God is using us among these people, trying to heal their wounds, sometimes with just a hug, with the blessing of listening to these people. Of course, with also some material helps, with praying for them. What is happening nowadays never happened in history before. Having all this wide open door among Muslims, we are in a new era. God is doing something special with these people nowadays. We don't have to fear them. It is their day of salvation. They are already run away from the Islamic world. So we're witnessing, yes, many converts from these families, and it is two things that's attracting them to Christ: our love and care, and the language that they understand. God is speaking with them, which is through dreams, visions. And they rely a lot on dreams. That's why we have hundreds of them, maybe thousands, telling us that they've seen Christ in their dreams. So these two factors are bringing a lot of them to Christ. We are trying to help them with the holistic approach. We have many ministries: the medical ministry, the food ministry, the children ministry, the youth ministry, the sports ministry, the education ministry, the medical ministry, and many others. So we are blessed by having teams coming to us from all over the world, and some with some specialties which we need the most, like a group of doctors or teachers or sports team or whatever, to be focused more in the ministry to fill the gaps that we have in trying to reach out and help these people.
Well, this is a story that I think is just beginning as far as our church is concerned. And I want to thank you for your hospitality today. what I've seen and what I've heard, not only from you but from others in the Middle East and from our partners, Casa de Barra and the other churches in the Global Kingdom Partnership Network. We're privileged and blessed to be a small part of what you're doing, and we want to further explore the opportunities how we can partner with you, and particularly sending folks to serve alongside of you, which we love to do. So it's been, God bless you, and continued reaping the harvest that is right at your front door.
Thank you very much, and you are welcome anytime with whoever would like to come and be a part of this ministry. We are in a very special time, in the right place, the right time.